Hey guys, Saturday, February the 22nd of 2025. This video is my natural gas Black Widow mind map. This is where I put my thoughts, some of the techniques, have it in writing, and then revisit and keep looking at this mind map and just kind of see my thoughts and the logic behind it and the data. So one thing I've noticed that I haven't been putting a date on this where I keep updating it. So starting from today, right below the Black Widow, when I update this, I'm going to put a date on it. That way we know this is the last time we updated this. So as of right now, I can't remember the last time I updated it. It was definitely from the last, if you look at my video archives, the last time I did the mind map, natural gas mind map, that was the time I updated it. So this is pretty much a recap of where I left off with my notes and my analysis. And we're going to start off with spectrum cycle. So let's see what we have here. Spectrum cycle, I have two time frames, which is the weekly and the daily. The weekly, see, we'll make this a little smaller. The weekly, I'm using data of 15 years, and as of the time I did that video, look at the archives, we had a cycle of 210, and the phase is uptrend, neutral. And as of that time of that video, since we're dealing with dynamic cycle, they'll shift. The peak was December 1st of 2025. So far, the cycle is projecting possible turning point or top at the end of this year. So the weekly cycles are up. So we fluctuate and pull back. Eventually, that's natural. We'll go up, we'll go down, but then weekly peaks here. So even though we turn here on the daily, the end game is that we're going to be peaking here. So far, that's bullish. And that's going to take a while to get filled up. And once I update this, maybe the December 1st might change. We'll see. Let's get this here. And then the next one is the daily cycle, which fluctuates even more. And I'm using 5 years worth of data. And as of the video, when I did that, or updated this the last time, the cycle I was using was 332. And the phase was an uptrend approaching a top or peak. And that date was February the 10th. We know that we made a high on the 13th of 436. And just recently, we pushed as high as 447, if my memory serves me right. So the daily cycle has been positive as of February the 10th. Now, when we update this, we're going to see where the actual peak hits. But that's why it's always good to document when you did this update. And that's where I'm going to put it right here. The last time I updated it. So from the time I did this video, we're approaching a possible turning point with the spectrum cycle analysis on the daily. What's interesting is that we are on a wave 5 into February. It's interesting to see that even if you were just an Elliott wave guy or girl, you would have not known that on the spectrum cycle technique, you were hitting a top, unless you just strictly Elliott wave and you don't watch anything else. So it's interesting to see that both of these techniques are lining up. Wave 5 into February, and turning point with spectrum cycle on the daily. So let's put that aside here. And now let's look at the Elliott wave from my notes of what I had last time. So the monthly says we were in a wave 3 as of February the 29th, 2024. Now working on a wave 4. Projection targets I had written was 442, and we already hit 447 recently. On the weekly, and I have it red because it's bearish. You know, once you hit wave 4, then wave 5 is further down. On the weekly, wave 2 was August 30th of 2024. Currently on a wave 3, possible targets was 441 and 596. So meaning our wave 3 could have hit all 441 or 596 and then turn. Possible wave 4 projections would have been 369 to 334. And we know that our wave 4 on the daily went as low as 304, 299. And the high was, I guess, 436. If my memory serves me right. So yeah, so we were kind of close, and you know, some targets when I did this video. The daily is saying we made a wave 5 October the 18th of 2024, and currently now on a wave 3 with projection targets of 519. That we didn't get to kiss or even get remotely close to $5. The highest we went was 447. With a possible wave 4 projection targets of 387 and 364, but we know we went way below that for wave 4. So our wave 4 was somewhere around January the 31st of like 304, 299, and now we're in a wave 5. And our wave 3 was that 436. Yep, that 436 on January the 13th. So not bad. I mean, it was close. Once I update this, it's gonna make more sense, especially in conjunction with the possible turning point with the spectrum cycle analysis. Sentiment. This is gonna be kind of hard to visualize because these are just numbers, kind of like a moving average. But once I update it, so you see that on the weekly, our current was 42.88 and we were around 31.63. On our daily, last time I updated this, we were 74.91, and last time before the 74.91, we were 67.70. So you can tell this is the current, and that we're moving higher from the last time we got this updated. So the weekly and the daily are positive in regards to sentiment. The monthly is a little slower, but once I update this, it'll be interesting to see where we're at there. Okay, so the next thing would be let's do swing dates. We have a couple of dates here that are important, which I call anniversary dates. You got the August 23rd, 102 high, the April 14, 194 low. We got October 27, 364, and our current now, February 20, is our anniversary. We just hit our 1 year anniversary from the 152 low. So let's start with the Gann dates. So far, these dates didn't work out. We know we made a high on the 13th. On the 27th, I know the 31st was kind of a swing, a pivot low, that 304, 299. So no, this one didn't really work out well using these dates. Now the price and time model is indicating 519, which equals your 1002. So we have to, this is into the future. So this is something you want to put on your sticky note and kind of monitor that date, reflecting with this high. Regarding our SO model, this one nailed it. 113. 113 high was your 436 high that we just made in January. That was our wave 3. So this one worked out great. Calculating the 194 low. In regards to price and time with the 194 low, you want to keep an eye out for March the 23rd. This is something into the future that we got to monitor and watch. We don't know if it's a high. We don't know if it's a low. I know the daily cycles are going to be pointing down, so maybe it could be a low. I don't know. But kind of too early to tell. But the important thing is that it's going to be an important date that you want to be on guard and stay vigilant. The next date was our October 27 high. And let's see if anything was interesting there. Nothing much. It's kind of, I feel like they were all the same here. Nothing there. I just know that the 31st was a low or somewhere around that ballpark. And none of these dates look like they ring a bell in regards to price action recently. Same thing here. And this one, you want to keep an eye on. So looks like March is a hot month. March 29th and the 23rd. Something in regards to these two dates. And then May. I think that's it. Once I update this, we'll have to look at if there's anything new leading into the next couple of months. In regards to the commitments of traders report, the trend is still kind of sideways, but with a slight bias to the upside. I have a model or indicator that tells me once things are moving. So as of right now, I have to look to see if it's trending higher or it's still in that rut. In regards to the COT report, commercial, well, maybe this is it. Maybe the last time I did this was January. Yeah, maybe the date is already here, January the 18th. Yep. So let's look at this. So my analysis with the commitments of traders report, I wanted to see if we could take out the low of August 5th of 48,000 commercial. If they were going to push lower, meaning if they were going to push and take out this low of August 5th and continue, that would have mean that nat gas would have been continuing trending higher because they are hedging. So I look at commitments of traders report like candles in regards to a position. So I kind of see if they take that out or if they kind of pierce it, but then go right back up. Then I say it's a fail new low and maybe a reversal is coming. And this was January the 18th. And in hindsight, looking at the commitments of traders report this morning, we did pierce it, but then reverse. So we never got to really, we did close below it, but never continued. We closed and then the next week we came right above and are trending above this. So when I do my update, you'll notice that commercial in January, February reversed. Meaning now they think maybe nat gas start going maybe lower. That's all speculation, just, theorizing here. Commercial. And these are the dates. I wanted to see where we're going to take that. And our high was pretty much, I think, this October high right here. In regards to large speculators, is the opposite. I wanted to see if the large speculators putting their money, where their mouth is, see if they're going to push higher. If they were going to take out August 5th, the minus 66,000 position level. And I can't remember. I don't know if they pierced it, but I know they pulled back in and they're really pulling back in. So something around January and February, large speculators are not putting money to work, or maybe they're locking profits, or maybe they're taking profits, or maybe they think a reversal is coming. So whatever it is, they are not comfortable pushing higher than August 5th in regards to position. They're locking profits or maybe starting to go short. So that's something you want to keep an eye on. And that was what, August? That was January the 18th. So that's that. And let's look at lastly quarterly. So seasonality regards to January is down. Average return. So yeah, seasonality is down, and we did make that high on the 13th, but then we really pulled back. It was like 31 point something percent negative. Then January the 31st, then we reversed, and then this is where we at right now on this wave 5. So that January 13th high of 436 all the way to January the 31st, that was like a minus 31% move to the downside. So it was kind of negative. Now, February's different. Seasonality wise, it's some reason I have average return negative down, but we know that from the 31st, so you can say February 1st, all the way to our recent price action has been very, very bullish in regards to February. So this one didn't work out that well because we're very, very strong. And it makes sense. Let's make this a little smaller. Our spectrum cycle says we're topping here. We are in a wave 5 in the Elliott wave theory. Spectrum cycle turning point here. So these two are lining up very, very well, which is very surprising and very interesting. I haven't noticed anything correlating that well in regards to these two techniques. I don't know if it always happens, but in my observation, watching data and watching an instrument and using different techniques, I have to say that these two are locked. Very locked. And I know Elliott wave, it's an interesting theory because, you know, you look at a YouTube video and another person has a different count. Yeah, I am aware of that. And there's other people that have a different count. So other people think we're still probably on a wave 3 going up. And I am on a wave 5 on my system. So I think that's the downfall of this theory. That everybody has, their own way of counting, their own theory, their own, rules. And, that's the problem with this theory. And I guess I'm sure it's probably with everything else, even with Gann. Some Gannists think is like, oh, you're doing it wrong. I always get these comments on my YouTube channel. You're doing it wrong. You don't know what you're doing and this and that. And everybody has their way of doing things and looking at things different. So that's why I don't really criticize too much because, my Elliott wave counting could be wrong. But so far, I see some correlations between these two techniques, and they're totally different. But the end game is that the weekly are continue pushing higher into this year. So maybe this is a bullish year, and we got Trump in the picture. So who knows what he's going to do that make things even more bullish. But I think that's it. I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to show you what I have here, and I am going to update this because I'll do an update video. Can I type in here? So 2/22 of 25 will be the updated version. Which I'll be doing today. And all these numbers and all these things are going to change. And we're going to add a new spectrum cycle to see where we're at on February. We already know that the 10th was the peak. Let's see what the dynamic, cycle, if it's fluctuating. But I know we're very close because I know. And to see if the phase has changed. And look at the weekly. And then update our Elliott wave on the monthly, weekly, daily. Update our sentiment to see if maybe there's some weakness coming in on the daily. We already have these numbers. So these numbers right here are going to shift on this side, and we're going to put the new numbers up here. Excuse me. And then the commitments of traders report, we're going to see where we're at in regards to January and February with commercial and large speculators, and see if it's going to turn lower, where it's going to be support, where are they going to finally stop and maybe reverse position, vice versa for commercial. I don't include retail because retail is not that important. We're not really important. The big boys are commercial and large speculators. Those are the ones with the big bucks. Retail, they call us the dumb money. You know, I don't feel that way. I feel like I have a little more of an edge. But that's just me personally. But they call us the dumb money. So we want to follow what these guys are doing. And then we got to update this. And then look into March and then see if this trend is still sideways. I mean, I'm kind of leaning a slight bias to the upside, but now knowing that on our daily, we're hitting a peak. We're on a wave 5, which, you know, for Elliott wave guys, if you're trading the wave 5 or 4 into 5, it could get really nasty and tricky. You don't want to be caught on that ABC correction down. So that's the one you got to really be careful. I'll wait till that ABC looks like it established and then dip your toes in, you know, at the C part. And then that's it. So I'll probably work on this today. And then if I have time Sunday, look at the Elliott wave. And I don't think much has changed. And then look at the cycles that I watch. You'll probably already see the update on the spectrum cycle here. So that'll be quick. But more the geometry side, because I know the 45 is up and we're somewhere around right here, borderline that if it cracks, that means our daily turning point kicked in, our wave 5 could be in, or maybe they could be a little more pushed to the, you know, higher. We'll see. Then change of contract coming up next week, so it's going to be interesting. Well, hopefully you like this video. Quick update on the Black Widow, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on that, guys.